What's going on, people? Jada Black here, back with another video. I've talked about the cleanup men and men who are willing to go behind another man and try to fix their mistakes and clean up the mess and try to basically rebuild up that woman. And that's what we have in this situation with Keke Wyatt. She made a video almost a year ago. She had different hair. Hair was shorter and blonder. I mean, it's blonde now, but it was blonder then. And she was crying in her car about how her husband filed for divorce. Because y'all know only women can file for divorces and everybody feel comfortable about it. But nobody's comfortable when a man files for divorce. Okay, and she's in her car crying, don't understand why, because she's 8 months pregnant, why he would want to leave her. She's telling everybody to basically go and roast him and attack him, basically. She didn't say attack, but when you tell people to go and roast them, what do you think that means? But anyway, and a year later, the extensions are a little longer. She's at home and someone's recording her. She actually recorded a 2-minute video that I guess she sent to TMZ, or she invited somebody from TMZ to record her speaking about her life and where it is. And she spoke about how she's in a new relationship and new marriage, all in 1 year. I want y'all to understand, within a year of her crying in her car, 8 months pregnant, she divorces husband, has child, gets into a new relationship, and is now married, all in 1 year. Okay, now I'm gonna read to you what is said in this TMZ article, but I just want to say this. Basically, how she met this new guy was that she hit him up first. And this is what happens in a lot of situations with women who basically hit the wall. Now, her and her ex-husband have a bunch of kids together. Okay, now she was actually married before him, but they have a bunch of kids together. And even knowing this, okay, she's still out there. Instead of her taking care of herself and managing herself and her career, whatever it is she's trying to do, she's too busy trying to find a new man. And what's really weird about the situation is that the guy that she's with now looks similar to the guy that she just divorced. And when she talked in that video, you can tell she's still hurt. She still wants to be with him, but he has clearly moved on. Okay? He's clearly moved on. He's with a new female who looks a lot different than her. She even dissed the woman in the video, calling the woman a critter because of the way she looks. Y'all can decipher it however y'all want to decipher it. She basically, in that video, you can feel I won't say jealousy, but the hurt. I think she's hurt because he still hasn't tried to reconcile with her. Because when a man breaks up with a woman, she can't take that. So in her mind, she thinks he's gonna come back. She'll use those kids against him. She'll use, maybe if they were married, she'll use spousal support against him. But you can tell he's done. He's overdone. Okay. Now, according to this TMZ article, it says R&B singer Keke Wyatt ditched toxic ex to marry a real man, and my kid is cancer free. Oh yeah, by the way, her and her ex-husband has been dealing with a child that was dealing with cancer at the time as well. But that's an indictment on her, that your husband, knowing that he has a child that is dealing with cancer, knowing that you're 8 months pregnant, that he would choose to leave you. Because from what I understand and from what I've heard and what I've observed, Keke can be very crazy. Okay? It says R&B singer Keke Wyatt is bouncing back from her epic meltdown. She's got a new husband she knows will support her through thick and thin. Of course he will. He's a cleanup guy. And one of her children just kicked cancer's ass. Keke, who once starred on R&B Divas Atlanta, is in a way better place now, telling us her new hubby is way better than the man who divorced her when she was pregnant and had another child fighting cancer at the same time. Again, he's a cleanup guy. Keke and Zachariah Daring tied the knot last month in Indianapolis, and Keke tells us he's got her back forever, unlike her ex, Michael Ford, who she bashes as toxic and full of himself. You know, it's very interesting. She married her new husband in Indianapolis. I believe she's from Indianapolis. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's an old friend who she friend zoned and probably had in the friend zone for a long time, who's also from there as well. That wouldn't surprise me either. And looking at this situation, I think that Keke is not taking accountability for why that relationship failed. You making this video, and you know what's crazy? The thumbnail for this article from TMZ has her pointing her finger and looking mean. Like TMZ was clowning her in this situation. Instead of you being happy, you're sitting up there with a mean look on your face, as if you're getting revenge on a guy who has moved on with a woman who looks nothing like you. Because that's how tired of you he was. He was tired of you, Keke. And that's why you had to go and get with this guy. Now, it's very interesting how they met, okay? She literally said in the video that she contacted this guy, Zachariah. Zachariah didn't contact her. She contacted him. And when she contacted him, she was on some, hey, how are you doing? What's up? Hey, big Ed. Me paraphrasing. And he was, and according to her, he was like, hey, what's going on? What's up? So he was happy that she finally called after all these years, because that's what happens in these situations when these females, basically don't hit the wall. They got a bunch of children. They need somebody to come in there and save the day. They need somebody to be the cleanup man. That's who you are. But make no mistake, Zachariah, you're basically the rebound guy who she realizes is willing to put up with her. Okay? This guy she was married to him for a while, okay? And he was her second husband. You are her third husband. The ex has not gotten anywhere near marriage yet, but she just had to get married, and you were so quick to marry her within a year, dude. Within a year. So you know what that tells me is that she was already talking to this guy. Because look at it this way. She made this video about a year ago, right? She was 8 months pregnant, people. Now, let's say a month goes by, she has the child. So she basically has a newborn. She's broken up, she's single. And you mean to tell me that within that space, you start talking to this guy, y'all date, you get engaged, you get married, all within that amount of time? That lets me know that y'all have already been talking to each other. She may not have been cheating because according to the ex-husband, there was no cheating going on. Yeah, right. But anyway, she was already talking to this guy. See, women can be very slick, man. Married women can be very slick. They have a myriad of ways of talking to other men that their husband just don't understand. Because a lot of times their husband might not be even paying attention. Unless you're openly flirting with the guy in front of him, or you're on Twitter or Instagram flirting, they're not really going to pay attention beyond that. But women have lots of ways. Like this guy who she's talking to could, not having gone too deep in research. Y'all know I'm a research guy, but I'm pretty sure this guy's from Indianapolis, and she might have flown back there from where they were, where her family was, because she was on the show R&B Divas Atlanta. So while they're living there, she could have taken trips back home and could have talked to him. He could have gotten in her ear, could have told her how great things would be if they were together. You know what I'm saying? On some friend stuff, because again, he's the cleanup guy. He's the cleanup guy, and he's there to save that situation. So this isn't 100% this what happened. I'm just going off of the vibe I get from her in the video that she made and sent to TMZ. And it seems to me that this woman would do anything to get back with her ex-husband. And and I want you to understand, they were married from 2010 to basically 2017. So they was only really married for 7 years. And before that, she had just gotten out of a marriage with another guy she was married to for 9 years. So this woman has loneliness issues. She cannot be alone. Instead of worrying about fixing herself up and healing from the last relationship, she hops into another one with a guy who was thirstier. Like, dude, this woman has multiple children. She basically has a year-old child that she's caring for right now. Another child dealing with cancer, and here you go playing Captain Save a Single Mom. You flying in to save the day of this fake blonde because you think what? That's gonna win you cool points. Dude, she still loves her husband and her ex-husband. And if he came back into the picture, she's gonna kick you to the curb, bro, or she's gonna cheat on you. Women don't respect men who hop in a marriage with them. I'm sorry. They see you as a guy who is willing to support them no matter how dysfunctional they are. And Keke Wyatt is known to be dysfunctional. For what I understand, she's been in some very abusive relationships, man. And there was rumors the last marriage she was in, that relationship was abusive. But if it was that abusive, why are you crying about this man divorcing you? You see, we as men, we're not allowed to divorce women. Women are allowed to divorce us, cheat on us. People will make excuses for it, but we're not allowed to say enough is enough. I'm walking away from this. And that's exactly what happened in this situation. So y'all go and check the article out. Y'all check those videos out and you come to your own conclusion.